We were endowed by our Creator. And where do we see the purpose of all government? We see it right in the Declaration of Independence, right after that wonderful part that you hear quoted all the time, that we're endowed with certain unalienable rights. They can't be leaned. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Then it's the very next line that we must remember. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. That is their only purpose. And if they violate that, we have an obligation to stop it. And that is our duty as Americans. And that's what we must do. Now, if we are not subject to federal direction, what does that mean? That means the president, being the top executive of the federal government, cannot tell us what to do here in Texas or anyplace else. Arizona, Hawaii, doesn't matter. And that means the United States Congress cannot tell us what to do. If they can't tell us what to do, how did the EPA get the authority? How did the FDA get the authority? How did the IRS get the authority? Why do we allow this? Why have we put up with this for so long? All I ask is to be free, which means government must leave me alone unless I hurt somebody else. Not if I might hurt somebody else. If I hurt somebody else. Okay? They must leave me alone. And you. And how much government leaves us alone defines the essence of liberty. Now, folks, I know you've been here quite a while. It's 9 o'clock. My, how time flies when you're having a good time. And I have had a good time with you tonight. And we're not going to open it up for questions. I've gone too long. And I hope you forgive me for that. But make sure you do more. Donate more. Keep us going at CSPOA. I'm asking you to help us be successful there. We'll go as far as your donation takes us. That's the truth. But I want to close with one thing specific. When I went to that training seminar with all these cops, remember I was telling you when I was converted to the Constitution? Well, Dr. Skousen, when he's taken us through this wonderful lesson called The Making of America, he had a book titled The Making of America. Great big old book. And I just don't think you need that big of books. You know? Keep them short and sweet and powerful, okay? That's what we did. Well, he and I struck up a friendship during breaks. He and I would talk about old FBI stories and my dad and him working together a little bit. And he really liked my dad, and we became real good friends. And at the end, when he handed me the book, he looked me right in the eye and he said, "Make me a promise." Yeah. He said, "Promise me that you'll teach these things to your children." I've kept that promise. And now I teach them all over the country. And I've even started teaching them to my grandkids. And I've got 9 grandkids and 1 on the way. And the first grandchild was a girl. And she's not even 7 years old yet. In fact, she's barely 6 and a half. And her name is, well, she was born on the 4th of July, and her name's Liberty. And my first grandchild, can you believe that? My first grandchild, born on the 4th of July. And so I've started teaching these things with Liberty. And you can look on my website at sheriffmack.com and you'll see a picture of me teaching some of these things to her kindergarten class in Utah. One of the most precious, touching moments I've ever had in my life. And at one point, Dr. Skousen, in this seminar with a bunch of 240 big, tough cops, he had us all stand up and he taught us a little kindergarten exercise. And I've never forgot it. And I'm going to share it with you tonight as my closing. And I do this everywhere I go. This is how I close. And I want you to know that this comes from my heart to yours. And I dedicate this to all of you, to your children and to your grandchildren. I dedicate it to the Founding Fathers. And I dedicate it to mentors of mine who taught me and allowed me to be here today. Stephen Pratt, who was at our first convention and spoke. Dr. Skousen, who taught me so much. He passed away about 3 years ago. Stephen Pratt died just a few weeks ago. He was absolutely amazing. You'll see him in the first video I was telling you about from the first convention a year ago. And most importantly, though, I dedicate this to America, for the peaceful process that we still have available through good men like are here today, and women who are leaders in this country and in this county. Remember, the process is simple. Do more. Lengthen your stride. Take back America right here, county by county, and sheriff by sheriff, and state by state. Forget Washington, D.C. It's the most corrupt place on the face of the planet. Okay? Focus right here, and you can do it. Now again, I want you to remember, while I do this, while I say goodbye to you with this, what I call America's political prayer, I want you to remember, I learned this at police training. Okay? I'm going to need you to hold that for me.
Can you hold that for me? Stand up.
What?
Does she need to stand up?
No, because you'll be in the way then. So don't be in the way. Okay, we good? This little political prayer goes like this. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. And that's the eagle. Long may she be free.